Okay, hello everybody. Today we are here in Hawaii on the big island of Kona in the Diamond DA42. We have a 182 nautical mile flight from Papa Hotel Kilo Oscar, Kona International, to Papa Hotel November Lima, Honolulu International. We'll be flying VFR with live weather and flying by each of the major Hawaiian islands on our route. Once again, we're flying with the beta version of SayIntentions AI ATC. Should be an awesome flight, so let's hop into the pilot seat and get started. Alright, we are parked here at Kona. We'll start by closing our canopy and latching it. That looks good. Check that our fuel selectors are set. We'll go around the clock for all of our switches. Fuel pumps are off, battery master's off. We'll get the storm window opened here. Motor switches, all lights, ELT, circuit breakers are in. Back down to the bottom. We'll check that the prop is clear. Call clear prop. We'll turn on the battery master. As the Garmin's boot up, we'll head over here to the flaps. Bring the flaps down. We'll verify that the right flap is coming down. Left flap is down. That looks good. We'll head down here and do the gear alarm test. That's working. Now we can bring the flaps back up. Right flap's coming up, left flap is coming up. We'll do the variable elevator stop test. We'll pull the flight controls back, full throttle. You can hear the trim kicking in, and then we'll pull it back. We'll just wait a moment here for HRS to finish its auto align. While we're doing that, we'll turn on the strobe lights to let people know that we're getting ready to start. All right. The prop is clear. Check it one more time, looks good. We'll head down here and turn on the left engine. Wait for the glow indicator to extinguish. Keys in the ignition, turn it over. We'll check that we've got oil pressure coming up into the green. We do. Toggle to the system display and we are producing electricity from the engine. So that looks good. Right engine on. Wait for the glow indicator to extinguish. Crank it over. Once again, watch for oil pressure to come into the green. Check that we're generating power. And now we'll check the pitot annunciator and also that it puts a load on, and it does, so we can turn that back off. Next, we can head up to the top and uncage the standby attitude indicator. There we go. Now we'll head down here and get our fuel tanks into cross feed. Let's try that again. There we go. And we can turn on avionics. Alright, avionics are on. How do you hear? Loud and clear for me. I'm using one of my real-life aviation headsets. These are my David Clarks. They are connected to my PC via a Flight Solo GA aviation adapter. It's awesome to use a real headset when you're talking to ATC like we will be in this video. We're using the beta version of SayIntentions.ai ATC, so let's dial in the ATIS and get the real-world weather.
Azuka Kona International Airport. Information Foxtrot. 2153 Zulu. Wind 241 at 9er. Visibility 10. Sky conditions, clear. Temperature 29er. Dew point 19er. Altimeter 3005. Arriving and departing runway 35. Visual approaches in use. Advise on course heading, altitude, and if flight following is requested. Read back all runway and hold short instructions. VFR departures contact clearance delivery on 118.6. Advise on initial contact. You have information Foxtrot.
Alright, I'll open up ForeFlight and take you through the flight brief. So we are departing from Kona, which is a Class Delta. We're parked here at Atlantic Aviation, and when we fly to Honolulu, we'll want to park at Atlantic Aviation there as well. You can see that there's a TFR overlapping half of the airport. If you tap on that, it's military exercises, but they start at 16,000 feet, and we won't be flying that high, so the TFR is not going to affect us. We'll be flying to the north end of Kona at Ipolu, VOR, making our way to Hana, VOR, which is on the south tip of Maui. We're going to fly parallel to the airport. We'll be overflying a Class Charlie airspace at 4,500. We won't be in their airspace. You can see that when we get to Molokai, peaks reach around 5,000, so we're going to stay along the shoreline. We're going to turn here and continue on to the Coco Head VOR at Honolulu. That's a Class Bravo, so we'll need to get a Class Bravo clearance to land at Honolulu. And as I mentioned, once we land there, we're going to make our way to Atlantic Aviation, which is on the southeast side of the airport. One of the cool things about SayIntentions AI is that things like flight service centers work, so we can call up flight services and get en route weather. Kona Flight Service Station, Piper 5271 Quebec, transmitting and receiving on 122.45 with request.
Piper 5271 Quebec, Honolulu Flight Services, go ahead.
Piper 5271 Quebec is on the ground at Kona Papa Hotel Kilo Oscar. We'd like en route weather to Honolulu Papa Hotel November Lima.
Piper 71 Quebec, en route weather to Honolulu, PHNL, clear skies, visibility 10 miles, winds 241 at 9 knots, altimeter 3005.
Thanks very much, Piper 5271 Quebec. How cool is that that works? In real life, you could call up flight services and they can help you out with all sorts of things from weather to fuel services. Kona clearance, Piper 5271 Quebec is a Diamond DA42 slant call. We'd like flight following destination Honolulu, Papa Hotel November Lima at 4,500 with information Foxtrot.
Piper 71 Quebec, cleared to Honolulu, PHNL. Maintain VFR at or below 4,500. Departure on 126.6, squawk 6521.
Maintain VFR at or below 4,500, departure 126.6, squawk 6521, Piper 5271 Quebec. Kona ground, Piper 5271 Quebec, Atlantic Aviation, taxi for north departure with information Foxtrot.
Piper 5271 Quebec, Winona ground, taxi to runway 17 via Kilo Alpha.
Alright, I think we can swing around the ground guy to our left without turning him into a fine red mist. And I think we've just cleared him there. Yep, we're good. So we're going to hang a right here and taxi all the way down to the end.
Montgomery ground, Sky 4288 Quebec is at the northwest GA ramp. Request taxi.
Alright, we'll stop here and do a quick run up.
Runway 1 via Delta Alpha, cross runway 1, then Charlie.
Departure runway 10, initial climb to 4,000. Departure on 1342, squawk 6423 for hop 3170.
Kona Tower, Piper 5271 Quebec, holding short runway 17, ready for departure.
Winona Tower, winds 210 at 11, runway 17, cleared for takeoff.
Cleared for departure, runway 17, Piper 5271 Quebec. Alright, release the parking brake. And game on. Alright, I think I've got Hawaii on the brain for two reasons. One is, I could really use a beach vacation. The other is, me and my wife just recently watched the 80s cult classic, Hard Ticket to Hawaii. We've seen clips from it pop up in some of our social media feeds. It's one of those movies that's so bad that it's good. It's hysterically bad. The Rotten Tomatoes synopsis of it is a man with a rocket launcher helps two women fight drug smugglers and a snake. The clip we kept seeing on social media is the man using a razor frisbee to take out a Uzi-wielding guard on a beach. Two of the main characters are pilots, and there's actually a lot of flying in the movie, which generates some pretty nice aerial shots of the islands, which was a little bit of my inspiration for doing this flight. The flying procedures range from surprisingly accurate, like the women pulling fuel samples during the pre-flight walk-around from the wings, to Hollywood inaccurate, like the aviation headsets still working when the plane was fully powered down and sitting completely off in the dark on the ramp. Anyway, it's a movie that's best appreciated on a Friday night with an adult beverage or two. We're taking off facing the wrong direction, so we're just going to fly the pattern and depart from the downwind to the north.
2 o'clock, you'll see Wavaloli Beach Park. It's a hidden gem known for its tide pools and tranquil setting. Perfect for families and those looking to escape the crowds.
Okay, here we are turning onto the downwind. We're going to keep climbing up to 3,500 because we're flying east for our first legs, and then we'll climb to 4,500 after we turn northwest.
Piper 71 Quebec, contact departure.
Honolulu Center, Piper 5271 Quebec, 3,400, climbing 3,500.
Piper 5271 Quebec, HCF Center, radar contact.
Alright, we're on track. Let's sit back and enjoy that awesome flight simulator scenery.
Midnight, driving your Mercedes, I've been Up calling you baby, my eyes wild from the passenger side. White sheets, your hands they go where I go, palm trees.
Piper 5271 Quebec, HCF Center. Good afternoon, Kahului, altimeter 3006.
In my past I'd erase it and start over with you. You know that you made me want you to forget yours too. You're giving me a run for my money, sweet like honey, ocean white and blue. You're giving me a run for my heart.
For 71 Quebec, cleared into Honolulu Class Bravo airspace. Expect runway 8. Piper 5271 Quebec, Honolulu Tower, enter left downwind for runway 8.
Wanting you is scary, I know that it is rare to find you. Make me aware that I could have forever verifying. I love it when you tell me that I do. Falling for you is my point of view. Yeah. You're giving me a run for my money, sweet like honey. You're giving me a run for my heart is gone forever. I lost it in you,
and everything just slowed down. I felt falling in love. Everything that I have been so scared of feeling, but feeling it all at once.
you're giving me a run for my money, sweet like honey, ocean white.
To Honolulu, contact ground on 133.6.
Forever, I just lost it in you. I lost it in you.
Alright, that was an awesome scenic flight, and it was really cool to fly by all of the islands and check out all of the sights. I was a little bit disappointed in Honolulu, being that it was part of the city update expansion, so I was hoping for some photogrammetry, but it still looked pretty good. So I hope you enjoy realistic aviation content like this. If you do, be sure to click that like button, leave me a comment, and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks, as always, for flying along with me, and stay tuned for further flight adventures.